I really like Smash Ultimate. I have a lot of fun playing Ultimate, and it's been my main game pretty much ever since it came out. But now we're all quarantined, there's no local tourneys, there's barely any local scene at all. And that just leaves us with online play. And the online is fucking trash. And that's why I started looking for other games to play instead. And I found one that really clicks with me, and that's why I wanted to make this video today, because I know there are other Ultimate players who feel similar to how I do, and I think this game would click with a lot of them too. This game is fast, fun, balanced, well designed. Let's talk about Rivals of Aether. For those of you who haven't heard of Rivals, it is a high-speed platform fighter aimed at competitive audiences. It went into early access in 2015, and tomorrow, September 24th, the definitive edition will be released on both the Switch and on Windows. Alright guys, there's a bunch of reasons why I like Rivals. Let's go through these one by one. First of all, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Ultimate's online is complete garbage. It is god-awful, it is a train wreck, it is a fiasco, it sucks pee-pee. Rivals is responsive, there is very little input delay, and the netplay feels great on good connections. Sadly, it doesn't use rollback, but I think when the ping is reasonable, the connection feels perfectly responsive. And it is incomparably better than Ultimate's online. Let's talk about projectiles. A lot of Ultimate players hate the projectiles in Ultimate. It's one of the most common complaints I hear about the game. They're annoying to move around, there isn't a lot of strong counterplay, and they lead to some degenerate camping strategies in a lot of matchups. And all of this gets exacerbated online. Projectiles are handled much better in Rivals for two main reasons. First of all, every character can parry projectiles. Parrying gives you iframes, and it'll reflect some projectiles and straight up stun your opponent for others. This gives the entire cast a universal defensive option to punish campy projectile spammers. It doesn't matter what character you play, you will have an option to punish campy projectile-based players. Second, movement in Rivals is faster and more flexible than in Ultimate, so you have more ways to navigate around projectiles and approach campy players. Projectiles are an interactive part of neutral game in Rivals. They are rarely over-centralizing, they do not define entire matchups the way you see in Ultimate. Rivals is fast, it's responsive, and it has some really fun movement options. Rivals aims to bridge the high skill ceiling of Melee's movement options with the accessibility of Ultimates, and I think that's a really important combination of traits for a competitive game to have. The movement options in Rivals are heavily based on Melee and PM. You got dash dancing, wave dashing, wave landing, you have fast air speeds, fast falls, fast RARs. You get all the freedom and fluidity of these movement options, but with a few big differences. First, Rivals uses a small buffer system. A lot of Ultimate players, they come over to Melee, try it for the first time, and they're completely thrown off by the lack of buffer. Their inputs get eaten, they get stuck in movement, and it's frustrating. This is much less of a concern in Rivals. The small buffer will smoothen your inputs. Second, Rivals doesn't have L cancelling. I know a lot of Ultimate players out there don't want to play Melee and PM because they don't like L cancelling as a mechanic, which is such a core part of those games. Rivals gets rid of L cancelling. Aerials just tend to have low landing lag. The movement options are deep and they're dynamic, but these two changes, they dramatically lower the barrier to entry for new Rivals players. I think most Ultimate players enjoy combo-oriented gameplay. It's just a lot of fun to hit combos, but I think a lot of Ultimate players take issue with how a lot of the combos in Ultimate work. Many characters just have these short linear combo trees, and that's just not a lot of fun for either the comboer or the comboee. Hitstun is low, so there aren't a wide variety of follow-ups, but the follow-ups that do exist, a lot of them kinda just always work. Just in general, I think it's hard to exercise your creativity whether you're comboing or being comboed in Ultimate. Rivals' approach to advantage state follows in the footsteps of Melee and PM, but with a few tweaks. The core philosophy is high hitstun for the player with advantage and strong DI options for the player in disadvantage. This leads to a very dynamic back and forth between the players on offense and defense. High hitstun, of course, enables long combos with a lot of variety. There's plenty of opportunity for the player on offense to exercise their creativity when they choose their follow-ups. But this is balanced by the fact that most moves are low in damage, and most kill confirms are DI dependent. Rivals also has a unique kind of DI. You can input aerial drift while you're in hitstun. This combination of drift DI and traditional DI allows the player on defense to be creative as well, figuring out different and unique ways to escape punishes. Spot dodge cancelling is one of Ultimate's least popular mechanics, and in general I feel like spot dodges are not well liked in the Smash series in general. Rivals' main defensive option is the parry. I think a lot of players who aren't very familiar with Rivals, they think of the parry as being a proxy for shielding. And I'll be honest with you, I think shielding is what would improve Rivals the most as a game. Coming from Smash, it's definitely what I miss the most from Smash. But that aside, I think parries are a fantastic replacement for spot dodges. The concepts are similar. You get iframes fast, you can use those iframes to read someone's attack and quickly counterattack them. But parries are higher risk and higher reward, and I think that's more fun for both players. Parries are more punishable, they require more precision, and they have a cooldown period. But if you do land one, you can set up pretty much anything you want. And I think especially compared to spot dodges and ultimate, they feel more fun to play with and more honest to play against. And finally, let's talk about something that's maybe a little bit less obvious. The Rivals development team actually gives a shit about you. Nintendo is notorious for not caring about their competitive audience, but if you're a competitive player, Rivals was built from the ground up for you. The balance patches are aimed at you. The stages are designed for you. They have an official championship series. They provided a $5,000 pot bonus at Genesis this year. They've given me special skins to use as prizes in my small weekly tournaments. The developers care about their competitive audience, and they care about the competitive health of the game, and that's really important. That's the kind of thing that basically touches every aspect of the game and every aspect of your gameplay experience as a competitor. Folks, thank you for sticking with me. Definitive Edition comes out this Thursday, September 24th. I really highly recommend it. Now is better than ever to get into Rivals. Check the description below. I've included links for both the main Rivals Discord and my own Discord, where you can meet other Rivals players and discuss the game with them. I've also included my Twitch, guys. My name is Pride. I stream 3 times a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Follow me on Twitch. I do stuff with Rivals, music, and artificial intelligence. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Like, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, and go check out Rivals, everyone. Peace and love.